For most of us, life isn't easy. And for some of us, it's a constant struggle just to get through the day. Whether we admit it or not, many of our struggles spawn from what we do for a living. We could be miserable because we feel unfulfilled at a job we hate. We might be depressed because we can't find work. Or worse, we toil away day after day, hour after hour, just to barely make ends meet. We shouldn't go through life counting down the days till Friday, unable to enjoy our Sunday because of the inevitable grind that starts all over again the next day. That is no way to live our life, if we can even really call that a life. We all have excuses for why we carry on this way. Tell me, do any of these sound familiar? I grew up poor, I'll live poor, and most likely I'll die poor. People like me never stand a chance. The system is stacked against me. I couldn't get that great job over there because they discriminate against people like me. I can't leave my job and chase my dreams because it's too risky and this debt isn't going to pay itself. Hey, my job's pretty good. I'm still young. I'll take it easy and enjoy life when I retire in 20 or 30 years. I wonder how many of those people die before they ever get to take advantage of that promise. Sadly, I can go on and on with more of these excuses for why we aren't making a better life for ourselves. The truth is, if you were already happy, successful, living the life of freedom that you deserve, then you wouldn't still be here listening. And that's okay. I want you to know that you're not alone. There are millions of us in this position, but all is not lost. There are countless examples of people in worse situations than us. People who were able to rise above and turn all of that negativity into fuel that allowed them to escape their situation and earn the life that they've always dreamed of. Did you know that the majority of millionaires are self-made? These are people who decided that enough was enough. They made the choice to be different. They defiantly exclaimed that they would no longer be a victim. They decided to take action and control their own fate, not just to sit back and rely on the scraps from someone else's table to survive. And we can all make this change. It just takes air. In the same way that we need to breathe to survive, we need the air strategy to keep from emotionally wasting away into a life of despair and destruction. AIR is 3 easy to follow steps. The first step is often the hardest. Acceptance. We have to own up to the fact that we are in our current situation because of the choices that we have made in our own life. Period. For many of us, the information we use to make our choices set us up for failure before we ever began. Most of us have been taught from birth that success is directly tied to getting a good job. Society, schools, even our own parents only taught us how to be good employees. They said things like, work hard, do your homework, get good grades, go to a good college, land the right job, and then, as if by magic, success. But as an employee, we are just a cog in a wheel. We are just one small part of a greater machine. No matter how hard we try, how many hours we put in, the fruits of our labor will never be our own. A very wise person once said, if you aren't willing to work towards building your dream, someone else will hire you to build theirs. This brings us to the second step, which is implementation. It's not enough to simply know what to do. If having more information was the answer, then we'd all be billionaires with perfect abs. We have to be willing to put in the work. It's not gonna get done by itself. It won't be easy. It probably won't be fast, but by doing anything, we will change everything. The moment we realize that we are solely responsible for what happens in our world, we can start to construct the life that we want to live. After all, we can't complete a journey of 1,000 miles without taking that first step. Actually doing something is where fear tends to take over and kill dreams. Fear, more than failure, is what stops us from doing what we know we should be doing. Failure comes from doing with a lack of purpose and conviction. Without purpose, we are like a ship lost at sea without a captain. The wind will take us where it wants to, and we'll never reach our destination. Stick with us, and we will be the captain. Together, we will discover that purpose and never be off course again. The final and critical third step is repetition. After we have accepted where we are, after we have implemented what we need to do, it's time to continually repeat what works. When something fails, we step back, we evaluate what went wrong, and then go forward again. We do this without hesitation, without fear, without failure, forever. That is what creates success and ultimately true freedom. Success is not magic. Success is attained through deliberate actions repeated daily, and it does not look the same for everyone. Success has once been described as freedom through the pursuit of a worthy ideal. Every one of us has the ability to earn our freedom and achieve the success we desire using the steps that I've just laid out. It will look different for each of us. We may want to spend more time at home with the family, travel or vacation more, never worry about how the bills are going to be paid. Or maybe it's as simple as getting out from under the thumb of that boss that you can't stand, at the building you hate, full of those people you don't like. Regardless of what success means to me, now is the time to take action and finally get it. Start taking control today and take that ever important first step. Now is the time for me to do better. Today is the day I will be better. Right now is when I will make the change. Like this video and subscribe to follow along with us and finally be empowered to have your mindset shifted to the life you deserve.